Anger is powerful. It burns hot. It feels righteous. It makes us think we are strong. But in truth, anger is a poison. The Stoic philosophers, Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, Epictetus, warned that anger is the most destructive of all emotions. It doesn't just harm your enemies. It consumes you, destroys your judgment, and turns you into a slave of impulse. In this video, we'll uncover why anger is your true enemy, how the Stoics battled it daily, and the timeless strategies you can use to master it. Setting the stage. The Stoics lived in a world of conflict. Rome was constantly at war. Political betrayal was everywhere. Life expectancy was short, plagues common, and justice unreliable. If anyone had reasons to be angry, it was them. Marcus Aurelius, Emperor of Rome, faced betrayal by friends and generals. Yet he wrote, "How much more grievous are the consequences of anger than the causes of it." Seneca, one of the greatest Stoic thinkers, devoted an entire book on anger to explaining its dangers. He called anger a temporary madness, warning that it makes a person incapable of distinguishing right from wrong. Epictetus, born a slave, constantly humiliated and abused, reminded his students, "Any person capable of angering you becomes your master." For the Stoics, anger was not strength. It was weakness disguised as power. And their writings reveal not only the danger of anger, but practical ways to master it. Understanding anger, the Stoic diagnosis. Before we fight anger, we must understand it. 1. What is anger? Seneca defined anger as the desire to repay suffering. It arises when we believe we've been wronged and want revenge. Modern insight. Anger is often triggered not by events themselves, but by our interpretation. Traffic, insults, rejection, unfairness. The Stoics remind us, it's not the thing, but our judgment of the thing that makes us angry. 2. Why anger feels powerful but isn't. When angry, our heartbeat quickens, adrenaline surges, and our body feels charged. That false rush convinces us we're stronger. But the Stoics warned this is illusion. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The nearer a man comes to a calm mind, the closer he is to strength." Calmness, not rage, is power. 3. Anger as self-destruction. Seneca warned, anger, an acid that can do more harm to the vessel in which it is stored than to anything on which it is poured. Modern application. Explosive anger harms relationships, careers, and health. Chronic anger raises blood pressure, increases heart disease, and shortens life. 4. Anger as slavery. Epictetus explained that when you get angry, you give control of your mind to another person. Modern application. If someone cuts you off in traffic and you rage for hours, who really controlled your day, you or that stranger? The Stoics diagnosed anger as the ultimate thief of freedom. Stoic strategies. Mastering anger in the moment. The Stoics didn't just preach, they practiced daily. Here's how they fought anger in real life. 1. Delay the reaction. Seneca advised, the greatest remedy for anger is delay. When insulted, pause. Anger burns brightest at the first spark, but if you delay, even a few seconds, the fire weakens. Modern application. Before replying to a rude message or speaking in rage, breathe, count to 10, walk away if needed. 2. Practice the dichotomy of control. Epictetus. It's not things that upset us, but our judgments about things. You can't control rude people, betrayal, or unfair events. You can only control your judgment and response. Modern application. Ask, is this in my control? If not, release it. If yes, respond with reason, not rage. 3. Reframe the offense. Marcus reminded himself, when you are offended at someone's fault, Turn to yourself and study your own failings. Then you will forget your anger. Modern application. Instead of raging when others fail, remember your own mistakes. Compassion cools anger. 4. Choose justice over vengeance. Stoics saw justice as the highest virtue. Seneca wrote, "No man is more unhappy than he who never faces adversity, for he is not permitted to prove himself to act with justice in the face of offense is true strength." Modern application. When wronged, choose fairness over revenge. 5. Use perspective, the view from above. Marcus often zoomed out, imagining the vastness of time and space. Consider how swiftly all things vanish, our bodies into the earth, our memories into time. Modern application. Will this insult matter in a week, a year, a lifetime? Probably not. Long-term Stoic training against anger. The Stoics knew anger can't be solved once. It must be trained daily, like a muscle. 1. Negative visualization. Imagine possible insults or setbacks before they happen. By expecting them, you won't be shocked when they arrive. Modern exercise. Each morning, tell yourself, "Today I may meet rude people, unfair bosses, or delays, but none of it can harm my inner peace." 2. Voluntary discomfort. Seneca recommended practicing hardship, cold baths, simple food, rough clothing. Why? Because anger often arises from entitlement. By training with less, you lose the fuel of frustration. Modern application. Occasionally fast, sleep on the floor, or give up luxuries for a day. You'll realize you can endure without anger. 3. Journaling reflection. Marcus Aurelius used journaling to remind himself of Stoic principles. Writing cools emotion. Modern application. At night, ask, where did anger control me today? How can I respond better tomorrow? 4. Mentorship and example. Stoics emphasized surrounding yourself with wise people. Anger spreads, but so does calmness. Modern application. Notice the calmest person at work or in your family. Learn from their composure. 5. Contemplation of mortality. Memento mori. Marcus often reminded himself, you could leave life right now. Let that determine what you do and say and think. When you remember life is short, anger loses its grip. Modern application. Before exploding in rage, ask, if this were my last day, is this worth it? The destruction anger brings. The Stoics warned that anger destroys 3 things. 1. Judgment. Seneca. Anger, if not restrained, is frequently more hurtful to us than the injury that provokes it. An angry judge cannot rule fairly. An angry leader cannot lead wisely. 2. Relationships. Marcus Aurelius wrote that humans are meant for cooperation. We are made for working together, like feet, like hands, like eyelids. Anger tears this bond apart. Families break, friendships end, communities collapse. 3. The self-anger makes you less rational, less free, less yourself. Epictetus said, if you are ever tempted to look for outside approval, realize you have compromised your integrity. If you need a witness, be your own. When anger rules, you lose self-respect. A modern routine to master anger. Inspired by Stoic wisdom, here's a daily routine you can practice. Morning, 15 to 20 minutes. Negative visualization. Expect rudeness, setbacks, delays. Morning mantra. No one can disturb my peace but me. 3 deep breaths and gratitude. Midday, 10-minute resets. Pause before reacting. Ask, is this in my control? Short walk or sky gaze for perspective. Evening, 20 minutes. Journaling reflection. Where did anger appear today? Gratitude review. Recall a moment of peace or kindness. Memento mori. Meditation. Life is too short for rage. This routine doesn't eliminate anger overnight, but like training the body, repeated practice strengthens the mind. Stoic quotes as anchors. Let's anchor our practice with direct Stoic wisdom. Marcus Aurelius. The best revenge is not to be like your enemy. Seneca. Anger is like falling into a pit. You can't climb out without leaving something behind. Epictetus. If someone succeeds in provoking you, realize that your mind is complicit in the provocation. These quotes are not for reading once. They're for carrying daily, repeating until they shape thought and habit. Closing reflection. The Stoics saw anger as the most dangerous enemy, not the barbarians at the gates, not betrayal, not even death. Because while external enemies may harm your body, anger destroys your soul. Seneca's warning still rings today. Anger, if unchecked, will often hurt us more than the injury that provokes it. Marcus Aurelius ruled an empire through war and plague, yet he never let anger be his guide. If he could master his rage, so can we. So tomorrow, when anger sparks in you, ask, is this in my control? Will this matter in a year? Would I be proud of this reaction if today were my last day? Choose calm, choose reason, choose freedom, because anger is not your strength. It is your enemy.